The new football season is warming up, and so is AI. From backroom tactics to real-time refereeing decisions, from the way fans engage with the game to how clubs operate off the pitch, AI isn't just joining football. It's rewiring every play, every decision, and every fan moment. But before we kick things off, did you know 60% of you listening aren't following us? Come on, guys. Hit that follow button and collect our episodes on pods.media to support the show. Your support matters. Thanks, mates. So yeah, football, the beautiful game, it's evolving at just an incredible pace. And, well, AI is absolutely leading the charge here. It's really no longer just about, tracking basic player stats. We're talking about a fundamental shift in how the sport operates. Everything from, the tactical stuff on the pitch to the global reach of its fan base.
Absolutely. It's huge.
So today, our mission really is to unpack these incredible sources you've provided. We want to explore AI's current impact and maybe look at its surprising future potential across, pretty much every facet of the game. And we'll also need to flag some of the crucial questions and considerations it raises along the way. Okay, let's unpack this.
It really is a profound transformation. I mean, we're witnessing AI move from being maybe a helpful tool on the sidelines to becoming really integral to football strategy, its integrity, and crucially, that fan connection. What's fascinating here, I think, is how quickly top leagues and organizations are not just, experimenting anymore.
Are they committed now?
They're fully integrating these technologies. They seem to see them as essential, really, for both competitive advantage and the sport's global appeal.
Okay, so after setting the stage for AI's pretty profound impact, you might be wondering, okay, but what does this actually look like on the ground right now? Let's pull up our match report, so to speak, and see the specific ways AI is already reshaping major leagues. What are we seeing being deployed?
Well, one of the biggest ones probably is the Premier League's partnership with Microsoft. And this isn't just, slapping a logo on something.
Yeah, it feels deeper.
It really is. It's powering significant fan engagement through Copilot for fantasy football. Think of Copilot as an AI assistant.
Okay.
It uses just immense amounts of player and match data to suggest transfers, maybe predict outcomes, and give you these real-time statistical insights that go way beyond what traditional fantasy tools offer.
Right, the old spreadsheets are out.
Exactly. But crucially, it also delivers new layers of real-time analytics for the clubs themselves, so they can gain deeper, quicker insights into their own performance and, that of their opponents, too.
So it's boosting the fan side and giving teams an edge.
Yeah.
Interesting. I've also heard whispers, about La Liga actively piloting AI refereeing. What's the aim there? Is it just about cutting errors, or is there more to it?
You're right to highlight La Liga. They are definitely at the forefront of piloting AI and refereeing. The core aim, yes, is to drastically cut errors and, importantly, speed up decision-making.
Right, those long VAR delays.
Exactly, particularly in those really contentious moments that can swing a whole game. Imagine an AI system fed by multiple camera angles, multiple data streams, capable of making near instantaneous objective assessments, offside calls, fouls, maybe even did the ball cross the line, and doing it with a precision and speed that hopefully reduces human subjectivity and, all that debate.
Yeah, less arguing maybe.
Well, maybe less basis for argument. It's not about replacing referees entirely, let's be clear. It's about providing this objective layer of support.
That brings up a great point about how this tech directly impacts us as supporters, experiencing the game. It's not just the on-pitch calls.
Yeah.
How is AI changing what it means to be a fan? I know Bundesliga and League One are using generative AI for content.
Oh, it's truly changing the game for fans. Think about this. Instead of waiting for some human editor to painstakingly compile highlights.
Takes ages sometimes.
Right. Generative AI can instantly create a unique, personalized highlight reel just for your fantasy team right after a match. Or maybe it auto-generates a social media post explaining the tactical reasons behind a key goal.
Wow.
And this content is crafted in real time. It can be tailored to your specific interests, delivering personalized match analysis that makes the game feel incredibly immersive, unique to you. That's a huge leap in engagement.
Only more engaging than just a generic match.
And beyond just the fan stuff and the on-pitch decisions, there's this critical layer of integrity that AI is now helping to fortify. UEFA, for instance, they've teamed up with SportTradar. They're a global leader in sports data and integrity.
Right, I know them.
Their AI systems constantly monitor just billions of betting transactions across loads of platforms. They're flagging suspicious patterns like unusual spikes in bets on a seemingly minor event, or maybe a sudden shift in odds that just doesn't make sense with the normal market logic.
So crashing dodgy betting, basically.
Exactly. It helps detect and prevent betting fraud far faster and more accurately than human analysts ever could, really. That maintains the sport's credibility, which is vital globally.
So it's kind of working behind the scenes to keep things fair, too.
Precisely. So when we look across the board, major league partnerships, refereeing trials, fan content creation, integrity systems, it's just undeniable now. AI is firmly at the heart of football's transformation. It's not some hypothetical future anymore. It's the powerful present.
That gives us a really clear picture of AI's presence, yeah? But what's the fundamental driving force here? Beyond the cool new features, why does AI matter so profoundly to football? What's the big shift it enables?
Well, if we connect this to the bigger picture, AI is fundamentally a tactical game changer for coaches. It transforms what used to be maybe subjective observation,
a gut feeling,
kind of, into objective, scalable insight. Imagine AI pinpointing that, say, 70% of goals conceded by Team X originate from a quick transition through their defensive midfielder zone. Or maybe that a specific set-piece routine your team uses has a 15% higher success rate if you start it from the right flank.
That's specific.
Oh, yeah. These are patterns often too subtle, too fast for the human eye to consistently track across game after game. That's the level of tactical insight AI delivers, and it does it at scale. It gives teams these fresh, really nuanced competitive edges that were, frankly, unimaginable before.
And that ties directly into fairness, doesn't it? Which
Yeah.
is so crucial in football, where decisions could be so subjective and, let's face it, spark massive debate. Automated refereeing, these integrity systems, they seem to directly contribute to raising trust and match fairness.
Exactly. That's a huge win for everyone, I think. It removes some of that potential human error or, perceived bias.
Yeah, absolutely.
And beyond fairness and tactics, think about player welfare. This isn't just about treating injuries after they happen. It's about prevention, and extending careers. Predictive health tools use machine learning to analyze loads of data, biometric data, training loads, sleep patterns, even what players are eating.
Wow.
And they identify these subtle indicators of fatigue or stress before they lead to an actual injury. This proactive approach lets medical staff optimize training, personalize nutrition plans, helping teams keep their key players at peak power through these grueling scans. It ultimately helps prolong careers.
That's massive for players and clubs. And for us, the fans, you mentioned it before, it's all about that personalized experience, isn't it? Custom highlights sent straight to you. Fantasy football getting smarter.
Totally.
These features are bringing supporters closer globally, making it feel more intimate, even if you're watching thousands of miles away.
Absolutely. And that global reach is key. It's not just about direct fan interaction either. Clubs are using AI to really fine-tune their marketing strategies, grow their brand worldwide in ways they just couldn't before.
How so?
Well, machine learning algorithms, for example, they can analyze these vast data sets of fan behavior, social media activity, what merchandise people buy, viewing habits, pretty much everything, yeah. And they can identify hyper-specific fan segments, so the club can market with incredible precision, maybe offer a unique VIP experience to their most dedicated season ticket holders, or send specific content about, say, youth academy players to fans who've shown interest in the grassroots side. It just optimizes outreach and builds these deeper and, frankly, more profitable connections.
That's smarter business, too.
Definitely. So in summary, what this all really means is that AI provides this unparalleled ability to power performance analytics, ensure fairness, optimize player health and longevity, and foster fan connection and club growth like never before. It's a truly multifaceted impact, touches every single stakeholder in the sport.
It's clear AI is fundamentally reshaping the whole landscape. Yeah. Let's dive into some more specific key AI moves we're seeing, and then maybe identify the top teams and organizations really driving this innovation.
Yeah.
What are some of the most kind of striking applications you've seen?
Well, what's fascinating, I think, is the sheer level of detail AI can handle now. We're talking about AI-driven analysis of set pieces, for example. It's not just, did a corner kick lead to a goal, but why?
The nitty-gritty.
Exactly. AI can analyze hundreds, maybe thousands of previous set-piece situations. It identifies optimal player positioning, the best delivery speeds, even the most effective defensive shapes to counter specific opponents. This kind of granular strategic insight, it gives coaches an almost unfair advantage, you could argue.
Almost like a cheat code.
Maybe. And of course, the referee assistance systems we talked about are constantly evolving, directly reducing human error in real time with objective data points.
And the creativity AI brings is pretty incredible too. You mentioned generative AI. It isn't just analyzing, it's actually crafting match highlights, social media stories, really fueling fan passion directly, almost immediately after games.
It is. It's like having a dedicated content creator for every single fan, tailored just for them. It completely changes the speed and personalization of how we consume game content.
That's a huge shift.
And beyond the digital world, you've got smart stadiums enhancing the live experience. These venues use AI to optimize everything from like crowd flow and security to making sure concession queues aren't too long, even personalized stuff on screens in your seat.
Right, but that brings up privacy concerns, doesn't it?
It does, absolutely. It's important to acknowledge that this also sparks ongoing debates about privacy and data collection within those venues. That's a constant tension. Meanwhile, on the player side, the injury prediction and nutrition optimization we touched on earlier, that's becoming pretty standard practice now, directly protecting player health, helping teams maintain peak performance. AI is it's an integral force now, both on and off the pitch.
Okay, so with all these incredible applications buzzing around, who are the real top teams, the key players driving this forward? Who's leading this AI revolution in football?
Well, we've already touched on a few key ones. The Premier League, definitely, with that deep Microsoft partnership. They're really pushing fan apps and analytics innovation, kind of setting a benchmark for engagement.
Yeah, it seems very fan-focused.
It is. Then La Liga, as we said, leading the charge in AI-assisted refereeing trials, showing a real commitment to fairness and hopefully speeding things up. Then you've got the Bundesliga and Ligue 1 over in Germany and France. They're pioneering the use of generative AI for that rich media content, but also providing advanced tactical tools for their clubs.
So different leagues focusing on slightly different areas.
Seems that way, yeah. And as we discussed, UEFA, working with Sportradar, is protecting the game's integrity with those sophisticated AI fraud detectors. Very important background work.
And it's not just the big leagues and governing bodies, right?
Yeah.
Individual clubs must be investing heavily too.
Well, absolutely. You've got these really forward-thinking clubs like, say, Ajax or Liverpool. They're harnessing AI for, well, pretty much everything. Yeah. Identifying the next young star through advanced scouting algorithms.
Finding hidden gems.
Exactly. Fine-tuning marketing by understanding their fan base like never before. Enhancing overall fan engagement with personalized digital experiences. They're using it strategically to gain competitive advantages, both on the pitch and, importantly, off it.
So it's a holistic approach for them.
It has to be, really. Together, all these entities, the leagues, the governing bodies, the proactive clubs, they're setting the pace for football's AI future. They're making AI a truly central player, you could say, in every aspect of the modern game.
Okay, this all sounds incredibly promising. I mean, exciting possibilities for the sport. But, any massive technological shift like this inevitably brings diverse reactions and, crucially, its own set of challenges. We need to acknowledge these critical things football has to address. What are the general feelings you're picking up on?
Yeah, the responses are quite varied, as you probably expect. Coaches and analysts, for instance, they seem genuinely excited about AI's sharp insights. They see the potential for tactical edges that were just impossible before.
But there must be caveats.
Oh, definitely. They also voice a really strong need for transparency and, crucially, control over these AI systems. They want to understand how the AI got to its conclusion, not just, accept a black box recommendation blindly.
Makes sense. What about the clubs themselves?
Clubs generally seem to be enthusiastically adopting AI. They see the immediate benefits in performance and operations, but at the same time, they're managing pretty significant data integration challenges. Getting all these new, huge data streams to actually talk to each other, work together across different departments, that's a big job.
Yeah, the plumbing behind the scenes.
Exactly. And then the experts, the observers, they generally applaud the gains AI brings, but they consistently warn about potential pitfalls. Things like bias creeping into algorithms.
How so?
Well, an AI trained on biased historical data might disadvantage certain playing styles or players from certain regions without anyone realizing it initially. There's also the possibility of job shifts for traditional roles like human scouts or analysts, and maybe a risk of losing some of that, traditional gut feeling, that human intuition that's always been part of football.
That feel for the game. And what about the fans? The heart of the game. How are they reacting to all this?
Fans, well, especially younger generations, seem to be largely embracing AI features, whether it's those smarter fantasy tools or personalized stats giving them deeper insights into their favorite players. These features definitely enhance their connection.
But not everyone's convinced.
No, not entirely. Some fans definitely worry about over-automation, maybe taking away from the human element, the spontaneity of the game we all love. And there are legitimate concerns about data privacy, particularly with the increasing surveillance and data collection involved, especially in things like smart stadiums.
Yeah, that's a big one.
So overall, I'd say the mood is hopeful, but definitely cautiously optimistic. People recognize the immense potential, but they also see the important questions it raises that need careful handling.
That cautious optimism leads us right into those critical questions football must address as AI gets more integrated. This raises an important question. What are these key challenges, these sort of offside warnings that need careful management to make sure the sport evolves in a positive way?
Okay, well, the first big one is transparency. Can AI decisions, especially high-stakes ones like refereeing calls, player evaluations, even injury predictions, can they be fully explained and trusted by everyone involved? It's crucial we avoid a black box situation where you just get an outcome without understanding the why.
Right, you need to be able to question it.
Exactly. Next up is privacy. With more and more surveillance and data collection from players, from fans, everything from training data to how you walk through the stadium, who actually guards all this sensitive information, and how is it protected from misuse or breaches? That's huge.
It's a massive responsibility.
Immense. Then there's bias and fairness. As I mentioned, AI models learn from historical data. If that data has existing inequalities or errors baked in...
Like skewed scouting data.
Precisely. If historical scouting data, for example, disproportionately favored players from certain countries or certain physical types, an AI model trained on it might just perpetuate those biases, potentially overlooking real talent elsewhere. It's a serious risk.
Yeah, reinforcing old problems.
Closely related are jobs and ethics. Will AI displace traditional roles? Scouts, analysts, maybe even some media roles, potentially refereeing support staff? And how do we make sure vulnerable groups aren't disproportionately affected? How do we ensure the tech is used ethically when it's so powerful?
Big societal questions within the sport.
Definitely. And finally, there's commercial balance. Where do we draw the line? Between, say, profitable AI used like hyper-personalized marketing and potential exploitation of fan data or engagement, or even AI creating an unfair resource gap between wealthy clubs who can afford the best tech and those who can't.
Rich getting richer, technologically speaking.
That's the fear for some. These are the really complex plays, that football has to manage carefully to maintain balance and keep the game fair and beautiful for everyone involved.
Those are certainly weighty, crucial questions to grapple with. Let's now shift gears a bit. Look at the broader kickoff impact of AI for the entire football world, from the elite clubs right down to the smaller ones, and then maybe gaze into the next game, the future of AI in football. What does this all mean for the sport as a whole picture?
Well, in essence, I think AI promises a truly reshaped football landscape. We're talking smarter tactics, hopefully fairer games, and these deeper, more personalized bonds with fans. And importantly, it's not just for the giants.
How for smaller clubs?
Smaller clubs really stand to benefit, potentially immensely. AI tools could democratize access to elite-level insights, scouting networks, tactical analysis, performance optimization tools, things that were once really only affordable for the wealthiest teams.
Leveling the playing field a bit, maybe.
Potentially, yeah. And for fans, it means even more tailored, more immersive experiences, regardless of where they are in the world. Those geographical barriers to feeling connected to your club, they're kind of dissolving, creating this truly global audience with really personalized connections.
That sounds incredible, democratizing access like that. But it does make me wonder, football's magic, its passion, its sheer unpredictability, those spontaneous moments of human brilliance or error that make us love the game.
Mm-hmm.
Could that be challenged by an overdependence on algorithms trying to optimize everything? It feels like maintaining that delicate balance you mentioned is just absolutely crucial.
You've hit on a really critical point there. While AI brings incredible efficiency, undeniable insight, preserving that human element, the very soul of the beautiful game, that's going to be a constant balancing act going forward.
Yeah, I can see that.
As for the next game, the future. Look, it's going to be a fast-paced data arms race, no question. AI-driven insights will increasingly decide winners, both on the field, tactically, and off the field, commercially.
A new kind of competition.
Exactly. We can probably expect personalized narratives and interactive fan content to keep redefining what it means to be a spectator, moving fans from just passive observers to maybe more active participants, perhaps even influencing minor decisions in, say, virtual fan experiences or club polls. rules.
Interesting.
We'll also almost certainly see AI-backed integrity checks grow even stronger, become more sophisticated in spotting anomalies. But as we discussed, this will inevitably spark more debates on privacy, on individual freedom within the sport, as data collection just becomes more and more pervasive.
The trade-offs continue.
They do. Ultimately, I think success will come to those clubs and leagues that can masterfully blend AI's power, its strength, with that irreplaceable human intuition and passion.
So the human element remains key.
It has to. Our overall verdict on AI in football, look, it's exciting, it's undeniably promising, but it absolutely requires transparency in how it's used, a really strong ethical framework to guide it, and maybe most importantly, a deep respect for the game's traditions and its human core to truly preserve football's soul.
What an incredible deep dive into the world of AI and football. We've truly seen the immense potential there, from revolutionizing tactics and player welfare, making the game fairer, hopefully, and fan experiences more immersive than ever. But as we've also heard, there are these really pressing challenges around transparency, privacy, potential bias, and just ethics that the sport really has to navigate carefully. It's clearly a delicate balance needed to ensure AI enhances rather than, diminishes the magic of the beautiful game.
And maybe a final thought to leave you with. As AI strives for perfection in football, will the pursuit of optimal play and predictable outcomes ever truly replace the spontaneous human moments of magic that define the beautiful game?
A great question for all of us to ponder as we watch this season unfold. Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive. Keep exploring these fascinating topics, and we'll catch you on the next one.